And apparently the Taliban's been saying like, well, we're gonna try to be a little inclusive and stuff. And you're sitting there like, yo, Taliban, you're the fucking really, dude. Really? What is inclusive for you? Chill. Taliban's fuckboys now, dude. They're cool.
Taliban coming back like Germany right before WW2. Like, we're chilling.
Hey, guys, come on. It was 20 years ago,
We're just
dude.
gonna overthrow the palace real quick, nice and smooth. Nothing's gonna happen. We have women actually leading our live killings now. Crazy, right?
Well, that's inclusive. Apparently they're memeing now, dude. Taliban's memeing. They're
Jesus
memeing.
Christ.
Joe sent me a Taliban meme.
What the fuck?
It was like a Wojak and Chad meme, you know, where it's like the crying gray guy and like the cool guy looking back, and the crying gray guy is like, "You're anti-Semitic, blah 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 blah, and homophobic and blah blah blah, and you're literally destroying culture and blah 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 blah." And then the Chad guy is just a Taliban guy, and he's looking back and he's just like, "Yes." And then behind him there's like three women, like the women that you always see in those ones, like the blonde chick, and they're all in burqas, and they're like, "We made you dinner, Habibi," and it's like
God.
they're fucking like, and then apparently, like, dude, the thing that we forget is a lot of those dudes over there, they're just like they're mostly younger, like early 20s guys that get involved in that kind of shit. Like, they might know how to meme.
Same age as like people that we send into the army.
We cannot allow ourselves to lose the meme war with the Taliban because that's the next frontier.
Yeah.
And I don't want them hitting us with the West can't meme, dude.
No, all we have to do is ratio them, dude. We set to ratio the Taliban.
The thing is like,
there's more of us than them. Dude.
What if they're funnier though?
We'll ratio them, dude. No matter what.
I don't know, dude. I think that a lot of people are going to be surprised that the Taliban is tweeting heat. You know, they're still on Twitter apparently. Did you know that?
How do they have a Twitter account? How are they allowed to have a Twitter account?
That's been a subject of hot debate.
Also, didn't like ISIS have a Twitter account?
Yeah.
That's insane.
I know. I mean, and like, you know, not to get overly political, but a topic of hot debate this past week alone, because I don't think they fully verified that it's the Taliban officially running this Twitter account, but they're pretty sure it's the Taliban. They're called the Taliban. And they're saying Taliban-esque shit. So even if it's not them, there's still a Twitter account.
They're still like live tweeting.
Yeah.
From the from the Taliban.
And so the sentiment growing around that people have been debating is like, does anybody find it odd that the sitting president was banned from Twitter, but the Taliban is just chilling on Twitter, retweeting shit? It's like it's kind of crazy. Now,
yeah, I mean, Trump was going off though.
But was Trump causing 9/11 though, bro?
I mean, that's a hard comparison because also like, yeah, I don't know.
It's a tough case to make.
It's a tough case to make. It's
Trump was worse than the Taliban on Twitter.
It's a straw man argument, buddy.
It could be. I just think that no matter how you slice that one up, it's kind of difficult to say that an actual active terrorist organization openly promoting terrorism, like not even like dog whistling or whatever, not being like, hey, you think maybe we should no, they're just like, yo, we're gonna fucking yesterday we overthrew Afghanistan. We're not fucking around. We're not just, and it's like, it's kind of difficult. It's like, why would they look? I'm gonna try to remain intellectually consistent here and say that I guess it wouldn't be the worst thing. Look, this is a tough stance to take, I'll admit.
Short-circuiting.
But I'm going to go ahead and say that let Taliban be on Twitter. I'm going to go ahead and say that because you know what? I said we should let Trump stay on Twitter, and I still believe that. And I think that, know your enemy, kind of.
I think close.
Keep your enemies close. Keep your friends close.
Follow them on Twitter.
Everybody follow the Taliban right now. Everybody go follow the Taliban. I think that look.
Tomorrow's Follow Friday. We'll just Taliban.
Now, you think they do follow for follow? Because I tell you what,
I hope not. I don't want to be on some list.
I tell you what, if I could brag the Taliban follows me, I feel like that's kind of a flex a little bit. But I mean, no. But even being serious, I know this sounds like a ridiculous point to make. And I'm not necessarily saying that this is definitely my stance, but just to kind of run with it a little bit here, wouldn't it be kind of better if you knew what they were up to all the time? Like if everybody knew what the Taliban was up to, you kind of have a more insight into what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, perhaps, like, they're certainly getting their name. Look, whoever's running their marketing is doing a great job because, again, they came out of the
We're talking about it.
We're talking about it, dude. I mean, Taliban is like, you know, they're back. They're back, baby. But, like,
They had a rebrand.
it's just,
They're going kid friendly.
I guess there is. Look, I see both sides of this, dude. Obviously, if you asked me, if you put a gun to my head and said, do you think that the Taliban should be on Twitter? I would probably say, this is tough.
Let me ask this. Who's asking you this question? If it's the Taliban, you gotta say yes.
Why did you unfollow me, bitch? Sorry, Taliban. I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, I understand the argument about like hate speech and like actual cause to violence. And definitely I think that you should set a thing there. Like if they're going like, yo, retweet if you're trying to help us bomb the U.S. Embassy tomorrow.
10,000 retweets and we'll behead this journalist.
But like, I can kind of see what. Okay, here's what I think it all comes down to. When you, I don't know if this is going to apply. I don't know if it's going to make sense. I'm going to say it anyway. When people get censored, and you've seen this all the time, and this is why a lot of right-wing guys will actually like make their website or whatever like censored or banned or something like that, because there's a certain weight that is carried when you can say that like the establishment doesn't want you to hear this. They don't want you to know this, you know? And so a lot of people that think conspiratorially or just generally just kind of want to go and question things are going, well, wait, why the fuck? Who's to get to tell me that I can't listen to this person or whatever? And so like in a lot of ways, I think that when you go out of your way to censor people, it almost kind of strengthens their resolve a little bit because it gives them like a
it's like getting kicked out of the village. You're fucking creating a villain.
Exactly. So again, I don't know if this draws a complete parallel to the Taliban, but I mean, look, if the stuff that they're saying, if the stuff that they're doing, and I believe, of course it is bad, which it is from my understanding of it, then you would think that when their ideas are put out there, that people would recognize them as bad and go, oh, and maybe it would even draw more awareness to how shitty they are, because if you're not hearing about the Taliban, for instance, if you're not hearing about, like, for instance, there's tons of fucking people in Africa, or in particular in Haiti or in like other parts of the world, dictatorships, oppressors, things like that, that are doing terrible things to their people. But you don't really hear about them because the news doesn't talk about them. And so these people are kind of suffering in silence in these regions of the world because their plight doesn't concern us. They're not sitting on a whole bunch of oil or any other natural resources that we can benefit from. So why the fuck do we care if, you know, this country in Central Africa is just fucking being torn apart by this whatever? And so you don't hear about it. You don't know it. So perhaps you could make the argument that by these people propagating themselves and putting them out there to the world, it raises awareness of just how bad they really are. Whereas maybe if you completely censored them from the internet, then people would lose a grasp on the fact that this is actually going on. Like if every day you log onto Twitter and you see a fucking tweet from the Taliban going like, yo, you know, about to do this shit, and you're like, damn, dude, these motherfuckers are still at it. We got to do something about that. Versus like if you just take them off of Twitter, then it's like you're just going to forget about the Taliban. They're just going to do whatever the fuck they want. Nobody's going to care anymore. We're just going to sweep it under the rug. They're going to have complete control of Afghanistan, which again, you know, you could make the argument. It's like, well, you know, like if you're against interventionism, then you know, let them have Afghanistan. It's like, you know, it's hard. That's a hard position to take. You know, I'm not trying to take either one, but like,
I mean, but if they tweet smoking on that Gaza pack, I'm gonna have to retweet it. You know, if they tweet a banger, I gotta retweet it.
I mean, and that's the problem. If Taliban was smart, if they were smart,
Just go viral.
Go viral. And I think that you know, in 2020,
Just go on Ellen.
In 2021, in the 20s, wouldn't that just be the ultimate like dystopian, like the next thing you could imagine happening is it just turns out the Taliban is just
Taliban just gets a Where Are They Now on VH1.
the firest
Making
meme.
of the terrorist organization.
Look, man, if Twitter was going to take them off, they probably would have done it by now.
Oh, for sure.
I'm surprised that it's been this much of a debate, honestly. And that's me speaking from their standpoint. I mean, if you're Twitter, because we're coming at this from our own perspectives, and like my perspectives are clearly not Twitter's perspectives, and your perspectives are not.
I don't even know what my perspective is.
Yeah, I mean, but I imagine it's. My point is like you're thinking outside. Like Twitter has taken a hard line stance several times in the past on certain hills and said, this is what we stand for, this is what we allow, this is what we don't allow. So for them to kind of like not apply that in this situation is like, yo, I mean they pretty much check all the boxes, you would think.
I mean, just have them do what they made you do on Instagram, where it's like, all right, if you're the Taliban, you got to prove it, and then you can have your account back.
They got to do like what I did and like send a picture with
Yeah,
a
they
number.
got to send their driver's license. They got to send a proof of.
If
an
you're really the
LLC.
Taliban, I want you to send a picture of a U.S. prisoner
Show me
holding
your
up.
bank records.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's something the fuck else, dude.
Yeah, that happened.